All right, looking at number 7. All right, there's Bill and there's Tom. So let's give Bill the blue color and we'll give Tom the green color. Bill, Tom, and together. So we're going to try to figure out Bill and Tom added together should give us their together answer. Now look at your question first. How long did it take Bill and Tom to work? So right now we have no idea what to put under those. That's what the question is saying. What's the Bill number and what's the Tom number? We don't know. It's kind of useless. Reading the story, it says Bill, or reading the story, let's see here, it says they painted 8 hours together. So together we have 1/8. All right? But we still have an issue with the Bill and Tom thing. Now, it's going to go into the words and how you interpret the words. The most important sentence says this. Bill, by himself, took 12 hours less than Tom. So Bill, let's take some notes. 12 hours less. That means Bill took less time, which also means Bill is going to have a smaller number. And because Bill's going to have a smaller number, that's going to force Tom to be more. Because if Tom is 12 hours less, if Bill is 12 hours less, then Tom is 12 hours more. It could work the other way too. So that means this number has to be smaller and this number has to be bigger. The question is, how do we do that? Well, one of them needs an X because we don't know who's who or what's what. Okay? So we can flip a coin. We can put X here or we can put X here. We can choose. There's no right answer. Most people will end up putting X for Bill. Most. Some people will put X for Tom. It really doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put X for Bill because that's what most people will do. But honestly, you could have X for Tom. I'll tell you what would happen if we did that later. So remember how we said Bill has to be smaller. So if X is supposed to be smaller, then this number is supposed to be more. How much more? How much more? 12 more. How can you make something 12 bigger or 12 more? If I give you 10, what's 12 more than the number 10? 22. If I give you 1, what's a number that's 12 more than 1? 13. When you're 12 more, you are actually adding 12. When you're 12 more, you're adding 12. So if Bill was 10, Tom is 22. If Bill is 20, Tom has to be 32. Or, like I said, we don't have to do it that way. Most people would do it that way, but we don't have to. Let's say we put X here. So if Bill is supposed to be smaller and Tom is supposed to be bigger, I need a smaller number here. So if Tom is X and Bill is supposed to be 12 hours less than, then this one is supposed to be X minus 12. So it could work either way. Both of them will get the same correct answer. Okay? It doesn't matter which way you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back into the original. I'm going to make this one X, and I'm going to make this one X plus 12. But honestly, if you want to make this one X and this one X minus 12, you can, and you'll get the same answer. Your work will look a little different. So here's where we're at. 1 over X plus 1 over X plus 12 equals 1 over 8. What's our common denominator? X, X plus 12, and 8. X, X plus 12, and 8 over 1. 1 over X, X on top, X plus 12 on top, 8 on top, 1 on the bottom, plus 1 over X plus 12, X on top, X plus 12 on top, 8 on top, equals 1 over 8, X on top, X plus 12 on top, 8 on top. The X's cancel, and we have X plus 12 and an 8. The X plus 12 cancels, and we just have an 8X. The 8 cancels, and we have an X and an X plus 12. Distribute, distribute. 8X plus 96 plus 8X equals, distribute, distribute, X squared plus 12X. Combine like terms. 16X plus 96 equals X squared plus 12X. Minus 16X to cross that out. 96 equals X squared minus 4X. Minus 96 to cross that out. 0 equals X squared minus 4X minus 96. All because it's a quadratic, and quadratics have to be equal to 0 even though we hate them. Okay? And then you choose. Option 1, quadratic formula. Option 2, you could try to factor that. Your choice. Okay? Option 1, quadratic formula. Option 2, you could try to factor it. So I'm going to go through the, let's pick factoring for once. We've done a lot of quadratic formula. Let's try to factor this. So 0 equals, let's see if we can do it. Using our X method, 1 A times C. A times C is 1 times negative 96. B on the bottom for negative 4. Side numbers that multiply to negative 96 and add to negative 4. Negative 12 and 8. That'll multiply to negative 96. That'll add to negative 4. Take your A. Take this number right here and divide by 1. And you get X equals positive 12. Take this and you get X equals negative 8, or simply X minus 12 if you want to go, if you don't want to change the sign and go straight there, or you get X plus 8 if you don't want to change the sign and go there. And so I'm going to take these two and I'm going to say, okay, it was X minus 12 and X plus 8. And so now we're going to get X minus 12 equals 0. x plus 8 equals 0, x equals 12, x equals negative 8. And unfortunately, if you stop there, you're going to get partial credit. Think about those two answers and what they mean. 12, negative 8. Is 12 a good answer? Going back to the top, is 12 a good answer for Bill? Yes. Bill could do something in 12 hours. 12 plus 12. Is 12 a good answer for Tom? Yes. 24. 12, 24. X equals 12? That's good. We like that one. Now let's look at negative 8. Can Bill have a negative 8 work? No. If I put negative 8 here, can Tom have a 4-hour work? Sure. But negative 8 makes Bill be negative work. It makes sense for 4 hours here, but it doesn't make sense for negative 8 there. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, you know what? Even though negative 8 got us a math answer, that doesn't make sense. And so therefore, we're going to say x equals 12. Bill was 12 hours and Tom was 24 hours.